It is also a real story. This afternoon, we received non-public information that proves conclusively this was indeed Hunter Biden's laptop, period. There are materials on the hard drive of that computer that no one but Hunter Biden could have known about or have replicated. This is not a Russian hoax. Again, we're saying this definitively. We're not speculating. The laptop in question is real. It belongs to Hunter Biden. So there's no excuse for not asking about it. None. But they didn't ask about it. It was a cover-up in real time. No matter what happens in the election next month, the American media will never be the same after this. It cannot continue this way. It is too dishonest. Nevertheless, we did learn a few things last night anyway. It's hard not to learn when you watch Joe Biden try to speak for an hour and a half. At one point, an activist told Joe Biden that she's got an 8-year-old transgender daughter, 8 years old, second grader. She asked Joe Biden what he thought about that. Here's how he responded.
The idea that an 8-year-old child or a 10-year-old child decides, I decided I want to be transgender. That's what I think I'd like to be. It may make my life a lot easier. There should be zero discrimination. And what's happening is too many transgender women of color are being murdered. They're being murdered. And I think it's up to now 17. Don't hold me to that number.
Okay. So if an 8-year-old biological boy decides one day that he's really a girl, that's final. And you have to be a bigot to pause and say, wait a minute, you're 8 years old, you're a small child. Maybe let's think about this for a minute. That's what a normal person who has kids would say. People with kids know that children grow and change. They change their minds about a lot of things, including themselves. That's the reality of it. But if you're a crazed ideologue, you don't care about reality. So you would tell the rest of us that an 8-year-old is entitled to hormone therapy on demand and permanent life-altering surgery if he/she demands it. That's what Biden is telling us. It doesn't matter how fashionable talk like this is right now, and it is very fashionable. It is crazy, and it's destructive, and it's having a profound effect. No one wants to say it, but it's true. We know that between 2016 and 2017, the number of gender surgeries for biological females in this country quadrupled in 1 year. We also know that many people who get those surgeries regret them later, deeply regret them. We have a lot more data on that, but universities are actively punishing researchers who follow that line of inquiry. So much for science. In the end, mania like this will end. The left is at war with nature. Inevitably, they will lose that war because nature always prevails. But in the meantime, so much damage, so many children being hurt irreparably. Biden doesn't care. It's the new thing. So he's for it, whatever it is. Biden is now busy rewriting his entire life story to pretend that he has been woke for 60 years. Last time he told us he became a gay rights supporter in the Kennedy administration, sometime around 1962, when he and his father saw 2 gay men kissing. That was the same year, by the way, he met corn pop. Here's how Biden described the scene.
We were getting out to get an application to be a lifeguard in the African-American community because there was a big swimming pool complex. And these 2 men, well-dressed, leaned up and hugged one another and kissed one another. I'm getting out of the car at the light, and I turned to my dad. My dad looked at me and said, Joey, it's simple. They love each other.
You want to hear the